Hello everyone, welcome to your March 2021 tarot card reading. Thanks so much for being here. March is going to feel a lot lighter than February, that's for sure. February was a heavy month. A lot of transformations were happening underneath the surface, and March is just going to feel more like a collective sense of relief and a collective exhale. So lots of things to look forward to. We have a Pisces New Moon around the middle of the month. We are moving into Aries season, which is always wonderful and exciting. It's full of fresh beginnings. And that's happening on the 20th. And then we're ending everything off with a Libra full moon. So much gentle energy and just a lot of energy around new beginnings and finally seeing all of our hard work manifest in the real world. So it's going to be great. Let's get started and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much. Hello, lovely Virgos. Welcome to your March reading. There's just so much optimistic energy in this reading, and I'm just finally getting a sense that Virgos are really going to start seeing all of their hard work manifest itself in the real world. And that's a huge theme for so many signs in the month of March. But you got the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, Strength in reverse, 10 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, and the Page of Cups fell out with the Page of Swords in reverse. And so I think, Virgo, I think you've been working extremely hard. I think you've had your head down. And I think at first maybe you were feeling really down and hard on yourself about this. But I think in March, you're finally seeing that, okay, I did all of that for a reason. And I'm actually starting to see that everything that I went through before, especially in January and February, was so that I could reach this space and reach this collaboration with this group of people. I think you're probably working on some really cool projects right now. It could be maybe at work, you're having the opportunity to work with new teams that you've never had a chance to work with before, and maybe you've always wanted to work with them. But there's a really nice sense of community here. And I don't even know that Virgo is aware of it. Like, you belong to this community, but I don't know if you see that. And I think typical Virgo, right? You've been extremely hard on yourself. Maybe regarding this situation, maybe you really want to prove yourself, or if it's a work situation or a work project, maybe you've really wanted to, or maybe you feel like you need to prove that you're intelligent and capable, but you don't have to prove that, because I think people see that regardless of if you do, Virgo. But I think this collaboration and this teamwork here and the people that you're talking to and working with is going to be really good for you. And I think it's going to lead you to some really great places. And I think this is tied to you finally seeing in the material world kind of the result of all of your hard work with the Ace of Pentacles here. Like, this is all linked together. The Three of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles. And it could even be that you're recognized in a really significant way, maybe by leadership or through financial means. Maybe you get a raise or a bonus, okay? But there's going to be something that, as a result of this collaboration and this, it just feels like a really cool creative project almost. And it can be a personal one or one at work. But as a result of that and all of the hard work you're putting into that, you are going to be rewarded. So just keep that in mind, Virgo, because I think you've kind of been very tunnel vision as of late and extremely anxious. And it's because I think you feel that you're behind for some reason, but you're not. So it may be that when you receive this, and it's going to be something tangible, like something in the material world, maybe it's then that it finally clicks for you, like, oh, all right, so I am capable. But I almost want to tell you, Virgo, that you are all of those things. You're intelligent, you're smart, you're creative without this Ace of Pentacles. Like at this early stage with the Three of Pentacles, you already are all of those things. And I feel like maybe you're only going to feel it within yourself when you see this Ace of Pentacles, which is, I mean, not odd for a Virgo, right? Often Virgos need a very tangible form of reassurance, something to hang on to physically, to know that they're doing a good job or that they're on the right track. So I understand that. You also got Strength in reverse, and this to me is telling me that this feeling of kind of like your ego almost telling you that you're not enough and that you're not doing a good job, kind of all of those anxious, intrusive thoughts that you've had to have so much strength for to kind of, it's almost like I feel like you've been fighting against your mind for so long. I feel that that's gonna be put behind you because it's almost like something's gonna click for you with this Ace of Pentacles, and Virgo's gonna be like, this isn't it. And it's gonna take you having faith in yourself, especially. I think you are really, somehow, some way, you're going to have to convince yourself, Virgo, that you're enough and that what you bring to the table is of value. And if it takes, this Ace of Pentacles reassurance, then so be it. But I just want you to remember that even without the Ace of Pentacles, you are all of those great things. And I know often Virgos feel very attached to their work, and it's a really direct reflection of themselves, right? I think you're just tired though. Like, I think Virgo's so exhausted of just feeling like they're battling themselves, and it's almost like your heart is coming up against your mind. It's like your mind is trying to tell you one thing, those intrusive thoughts that aren't true, and that's coming up against your heart, which you know in your heart that you're capable and you're talented and you're great. And it's like Virgo for so long has had that inner battle, but I think that's going to finally start being put behind you in the month of March. So down here you have the 10 of Cups and the 8 of Cups, and all of this watery energy makes a lot of sense with Pisces season, and we just had the Pisces New Moon on the 13th, and that was all about setting new intentions around love, and a big theme of it was forgiveness as well. And Pisces season for you, Virgo, is always very significant because that's your sister sign. And I just think Virgo's coming to a lot of realizations about their heart space. And I do think there is a connection in your life, and it could be tied to this Three of Pentacles. Maybe it's someone you work with or someone you're collaborating with on a project right now. But there's a connection. And it's tied to a lot of emotional fulfillment. It could be a friendship, it could be romantic, but it's going to bring you a lot of joy. And I think that's because it's going to have you feeling, it's almost like it's going to remind you that you're confident and that you are talented and intelligent. I think maybe with this person, there's a big mirror effect. And that also, one, you see in them things that already exist in you, but I also think you see things in them that maybe don't come so naturally to you, and so that's why this person brings out those things in you. Okay, I think they push you without probably either of you realizing it, that they push you to be more confident and just remember your inner strength and your inner worth. And this could be with the Eight of Cups, I think it could be maybe it's a connection that you had to walk away from before, or maybe it just wasn't the right timing before. I don't think it's like an ex or anything like that. I just think it's maybe something that probably maybe was put on pause, or it feels like you're reconnecting with someone you're really fond of. And I think the reason that's happening is because, yes, they bring out great qualities in you, but I think all on your own, Virgo, you've finally figured out that you have this inner strength and you're not fighting against your mind and like those negative thoughts so much anymore. Like this card here is the Hermit. This individual is the Hermit. That's you, Virgo. And they're going on this journey alone, but it's because they're fulfilled and they know exactly where they're headed and they know what they want. And it's like, that's why you're receiving this Ten of Cups, and that's why this connection is entering your life, because you finally feel good on your own and you finally feel like you can do it on your own. And it's like, awesome, I have all these things on my own, but when I connect with this person or I speak to them, it's like even more on top of all of the things that I have by myself. But Virgo, you are going to have to pay attention, because with the Page of Cups, one, I think this is you feeling very intuitive and feeling very emotional and in your heart, and maybe playful and youthful. Okay, I think all of this is going to bring Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. I think it's going to have you feeling probably just more like your inner child again. But I also want to say, Virgo, that if you do receive some sort of offer or some sort of admission of someone caring about you or of love, please don't ignore it with the Page of Cups, with the Page of Swords in reverse. Like, the Page of Swords in reverse is completely missing something, not seeing what's literally in front of you and being directly offered to you. Do you see that? That cup is being directly offered to that Hermit. And I think Virgo is going to struggle to see it, which, is telling you Virgos need all the proof and all the receipts, and they need to see it themselves to believe it and see it in the real world. And it has to be significant. But I want to tell you that sometimes that's not always possible in the early stages of something. So pay attention and listen to what's being said to you and shared with you, especially things coming from a more emotional place. And it's not coincidence. It's not just being said. It's being said because it means something. And this Page of Cups is sharing this cup with you because it's real. and it means something. And I just want to tell Virgo to trust that, even though it may feel a bit less material and tangible, because this is a cups energy, right? You also got, for your oracle cards, you got the love. How appropriate. Hadrian energy, codependency, boundaries. Yeah, it's like a lot of this like mirroring energy here that I was talking about earlier. I think this feels like a really significant connection, whether it's platonic or not. But it's almost like I need to tell you, like, it's there. It exists. You're not imagining this, Virgo. And it's really easy for Virgos to convince themselves of something like that. That like, oh no, it's not real. Like, they just said that because they're being nice. Like, words have meaning and they're powerful, and I think you're gonna have to listen to your heart and really get quiet with yourself to understand that what's being shared with you is genuine. You also got, when I lean on certainty and faith, I changed my mind about the world I see. Remember what I said about the strength card here? You're really going to have faith in yourself, yes, especially in yourself, but in others as well. And I think you're going to be tested in a lot of ways to trust people and to trust these more emotional offers that, you know, Virgo often feels uncomfortable with. But I think in doing that, you're really going to receive this 10 of Cups here. All right, let's clarify. Let's clarify the 10 of Cups. What is this 10 of Cups energy? Seven of Swords. Yeah, and the Ace of Cups. So, oh, Virgos. Please don't see this. Yeah, like, you're gonna see this 10 of Cups almost as a threat because you're so uncomfortable with something that's a bit more difficult to see in the real world. It's like you're totally okay with this Ace of Pentacles. Okay, great, awesome. I can touch it, I can see it, I can smell it. I feel good about this. But it's like when it comes to 10 of Cups, it's like you're perceiving it as a threat with the Seven of Swords when it's not that. Look at what's behind this Seven of Swords. It's the Ace of Cups. This is a genuine cup of water and of love and emotion. And your task this month is really going to just be, you're going to have to avoid that self-sabotaging tendency that some Virgos, you know, kind of fall into. And I think, Virgo, it's important for you to remember that just because something exists more in the intuitive, emotional world doesn't mean that it's not real, and doesn't mean that it can't blossom into something that becomes like an Ace of Pentacles or the 10 of Pentacles. But it requires faith. Remember, faith. And you may have to change your mind a bit in order to see the world in a new way, and in order to actually see this Ten of Cups as something similar to the Ace of Pentacles. All right, let's clarify this Page of Cups. What is this Page of Cups, or who is this Page of Cups energy? The Knight of Pentacles, yeah. So the Knight of Pentacles, yeah, it feels like a past, or this Knight of Pentacles feels like someone who's probably been in your life for a little while now. And it just feels like a whole story here where maybe, you know, like the Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. So maybe this is something that never kind of picked up before for whatever reason. I mean, considering the past year, it's been a hard time for a lot of things to blossom in the real world, right? And it's a slower moving energy, but it's a genuine energy. If the Knight of Pentacles is sharing a Page of Cups, like sharing any sort of emotions and sharing their heart, you can bet it's real. And that's because the Knight of Pentacles doesn't waste their time on things that they're not interested in. They just won't go there, and they won't say the words. The Knight of Pentacles is calculating, and they think things through, and that's why they move so slowly, is because when they finally take action, it's going to be worth it. They're not just going to act. They're going to make sure it means something and it has value and it's real. So I really do think you can trust whatever this Page of Cups is. It could be more of like an earth energy. They could have both earth and water in their chart, so maybe a Virgo or a Capricorn, a Taurus. Maybe they have a lot of water in their chart, but it is someone more earthy and stable and trustworthy and loyal. And it's someone who doesn't often wear their heart on their sleeve, but when they do, you know it's real. All right, so just try and remember that. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. This was such a lovely reading. I want to just remind you to have faith, believe in yourself, and you've been working so hard in order to feel these things, this Ten of Cups and this Ace of Cups. And just try to remember that the things that you see and hear and are experiencing in the world, they are just that. Like, they're real and they matter. And I just don't want you to convince yourself that you don't deserve something or something is ingenuine. All right? Avoid any self-sabotaging train of thought and relish in this amazing energy here, because I think you're on a really important new journey in your life, and I think it's kind of like no turning back from here. You're on a whole new path because you have all these new tools and skills, and you just understand yourself on a whole new level, right? You're the Hermit. All right, Virgo. Have an amazing month of March, and I'll see you next month. Take care.